Space check, appreciate time. Okay.
Hey everybody, good morning from the dank basement. I'm Paul, your Uncle Squinty, with my list of the top 5 highest nicotine yielding snuffs that I have come across in 2014. Hope everyone has been enjoying my top 5 lists. As I said, rather than do a single top 10 and try to get all the genres of snuff in there, what I've decided to do this year instead is to give you my favorite top 5s in each of several categories, including but not limited to my Sweetie Dee Fruity Duty Choco-rific top 5, which has already been published, my top 5 medicateds, also already published, top 5 plain snuffs, and what I call complex plain snuffs. That's the genre sort of that I invented, but I've got those already up. So now we are continuing with the top 5 nicotine kickers. Okay, a lot of people try to use nasal snuff as a way to perhaps change from smoking cigarettes to a safer alternative. Or maybe they're trying to get off of dip, oral tobacco. Maybe snus just isn't doing it for them. Maybe they miss the ritual or a variety of aromas, and they're not necessarily going for nicotine, but they like it. So nicotine is important to a lot of snuff takers. For me, not so much. I still smoke a pipe. I still have Swedish snus, so I mostly go for flavor in my snuffs, but I understand the impulse, trust me. So let's take a look and see what we've got in number 5. This is a wonderful snuff. It is Sir Walter. I'm sorry. Number 5 is Taxi Red, and or its almost identical cousin NTSU Black. These are both South African snuffs. They are coarse. They are wet. They're very much like potting soil. Tough to snuff as a result. Hard to keep in your nose. You almost need to take a little wad of the snuff and sort of pick your nose in reverse with it and actually just shove it up in there, which isn't pretty, but really barnyardy to start with. Afterwards, you get a really strong, natural, good tobacco scent from both and a pile of nicotine. Taxi Red and NTSU Black are exceptions to the rule that says the more finely milled or powdered snuffs are going to yield more nicotine because of the way they work in the lining of the nostril with all those capillaries underneath the surface of the skin, more capillary availability. But NTSU and Black and Taxi Red don't seem to suffer from that problem. Number 4, delicious. But this, if this were wine, only in the idea of fortification, if this were wine, this would be like Cisco or MD 2020 or any of the other wines that they add alcohol to make them stronger. This is a snuff that uses a very sophisticated brewing process to come up with the tobacco flower. It was initially a process used in India. The snuff was originally shipped back from India in wine bottles to England and then distributed. It is distilled nicotine, essentially. This is another exception to the rule that more finely powdered or milled snuffs will give you more nicotine. This produces a lot of nicotine, and it's really delicious, by the way. It's a nice fermenty, tobacco-y smell with an edge of sweetness. Really pleasant to take. Again, a little tough to keep up in the nose because of its grind. In the number 3 spot, we've got an American entry from Swisher. This is the Starr Scotch, Starr Scotch. This is a no-frills, naturally sweet Scotch with a strong, smoky aroma, not as strong as Bruton, as far as the smoke goes, that yields nicotine. That's why it made number 3. Now, number 2 and number 1 are nearly identical, and if you look down in the bucket, you'll see additional notes on these. In the number 4 spot, I put 6 Photo Cheeta. 6 Photo Cheeta is similar in its nicotine yield to White Elephant from 41 Photo, Dholakia White, and Dholakia Black. However, I believe that both Cheeta and no, the number one, 41 Photo White Elephant, yield slightly more nicotine, in my experience, than do the Dholakia products, for instance. So, my top two are finely milled, again, that fine milling. Finely milled, high nicotine Indian snuffs, the 6 Photo Cheeta at number 2, and in the number 1 spot, 41 Photo White Elephant. There are your top nicotine kickers, as always. Remember that nasal snuff and other forms of tobacco are adult customs and by law are for adults only, as defined in your state and county of residence. Secondly, if you currently do not use tobacco, please don't start. While I believe that nasal snuff is a safer alternative for tobacco use than smoking or oral tobacco, I will say this: all tobacco use carries risks because all tobaccos contain what are called nitrosamines, which have been linked to cancer. So if you don't use nicotine right now, please don't start. I understand that I make it look fairly attractive, and for those of us who currently use nicotine and take snuff, it is. With over 700 varieties of snuff in the world, all kinds of aromas, you never get bored. It's inexpensive compared with other forms of tobacco. Boy, did I learn that the hard way when I picked up smoking a pipe. It is a good alternative for tobacco use, but don't use it if you don't already use tobacco, okay? From the dank basement, I am Paul, your Uncle Squinty, ramping up for Christmas. I got so much crap to do. My wife's birthday is in 9 freaking days, and I don't have a present for her. She doesn't want jewelry. She doesn't want perfume. She doesn't want clothes. She doesn't want domestic appliances, except she does want one of those great big Gigantor George Foreman grills with the plates that lift out that you can put in the dishwasher and the compass and the thing that tells time, like the Red Ryder BB gun. I know she wants that, but that's not really romantic. Oh, honey, how much do I love you? Go make me a burger or 3. Anyway, hope you're having a great holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas, solstice, Kwanzaa, or any of the other holiday season options. God bless you. Thanks.